Hello, welcome back to the bottom. My name is Beast, and today we're back with Happiness. Not Happiness. That was the last one. I'm stupid. ToHeart. That's the one right now. I'll be just holding the skip button for now until. Oh, there we go. That was quick. Oh, we got to walk around and gaze at the face of a man that is permanently flabbergasted at what the world has thrown at him. Where is she gonna be here? Ooh. Oh, I see a little blonde California girl. Oh, I actually have to like go out of my way to talk to her. Hold on. Why she look so sinister? Why does she look so fucking sinister? She looks like she's about to stab somebody. Is there anywhere else to go? Or is it literally just, hey, this time you have to talk to her instead of just the event starting? Weird.
Yo, Lemmy.
It's a surprise, Hiroyuki.
Huh? なんだって?
Saying confused just let me grasp my arm.
Oh.
Then I asked what I'm together.
一緒に帰ろうぜ。
残念です。私、ご一緒できません。
できませんって、なんでだ？
私、これから弓道なの。
弓道？ああ、弓道部か。
ご一緒します？
I ain't got nothing better to do. Might be fun to see what the archery club's all about.
いいぜ。ご一緒しましょう。
ここが弓道場です。
I mean, it takes me to the archery range where there are already a number of club members around. They're doing the warm-ups.
弓道の準備運動やるんだな。
I always saw archery as people shooting arrows while standing completely still, but this proves that it really is a sport.
準備体操は最初に済ませるの。ひろゆき、やってみる？
いや、遠慮しとく。
You should have to warm up too.
残念です。
残念じゃねえよ。俺は見に来ただけなの。
そう？じゃあ、私、着替えてくるね。
Then Lemmy walks over to the changing rooms. Lean on the nearby wall and look around. Looks like regular dojo, but there's no wall at the back. There's a lawn the size of a tennis court. Look farther back to where the targets are positioned and assume that the arrows fly across the lawn towards them. There are also some volleyballs off this side of the lawn. I have no idea what they're used for. After a while, Lemmy appears in her hakama, traditional type of clothing worn when practicing Japanese archery. Lemmy, dressed in her vest and hakama, look like your typical Japanese loving Westerner. I don't know if she fits right in or stands out like a sore thumb.
Oh.
Lemmy suddenly begins to do her warm-ups. It isn't as if someone would punish her for not being so diligent about them. But I want to see her shoot some arrows, not warm up. It's finally done. Been waiting for a while now.
早くやってくれ。
その前に。
He turns around and calls out to a senior club member who was there from the start asking for permission to shoot. Permission is granted without any issues, so Lemmy begins to ready her bow and
手早く見せ
arrow.
てくれよ。
While Lemmy's getting ready, one of the senior club members comes over. I assume they're a senior club member because of how Lemmy spoke to them, but they look younger than her. Japanese people really do tend to look younger. As I'm thinking to myself. The short-haired senior member
お
asks.
いえ、ただの見学です。
レミーの同級生？
Long-haired senior member asks. A nod.
彼女すごいわよ。じっくり見てやんなさい。
The senior club member says with a cheeky grin. Huh, Lemmy insisted that she was a terrible shot, but it sounds like she's actually really good. Watch intently. I don't know if there was a set way to do it, but Lemmy walks over to in a particular fashion with her bow and arrow in hand. Lemmy suddenly presents herself to the range. Then she shifts her feet apart slightly and assumes her stance facing the range sideways. With a fluid movement, she loads the arrow, pulls the bow back above her head, and then stops at shoulder height. As good as any, CJ. Because if time has stopped, well, I guess the zoomed out version is better.
レミの回ってかっこいいわね。
Less than a half of what her senior club members were saying makes it into my comprehension. Let me so mentally focused that even I end up drawn in with her. She shoots her arrow. So many options here. The arrow lands cleanly into the grass.
なんだ
Lemmy looks at me with a sheepish grin. What is with that whole build-up? She made me wait all that time for that?
見た見た。レミってね、貝はすっごい綺麗なのに、矢は変な方へ飛んじゃうのよ。
不思議よね。
Senior members pick apart Lemmy's skill like a couple of experts and nod in unison.
残念ね。せっかくレミ、彼氏の前でかっこいいとこ見せようと思ったんでしょうけど。
Boyfriend?
あ、俺レミとは。
いいからいいから。そうだ、レミにあれやらせようよ。きっと彼氏も惚れ直すわよ。うんうん。
They nod. What are they going to make her do?
レミ、あれやってみせなよ。きっと彼氏も喜ぶよ。
I'm not her boyfriend, jeez!
わかりました。
Lemmy nods, runs off to the side of the dojo, and then pops out at the edge of the lawn. She's holding 3 arrows. What's about to
行
happen?
くわよ。
One of the senior members throws something into the grass. Guess it is also a good one. Watch as it bounces off the ground. It is one of the volleyballs from before. There are 3 of them, and they are all tattered. Lemmy shoots her arrows at them. It takes less than 5 seconds to shoot all 3 arrows. That is impressive in itself. It would have been incredible if they had all pierced through their respective balls. While the arrows didn't pierce the balls, they still managed to bounce them all away.
どう？すごいでしょ、レミって。
And now without even realizing
彼
it.
女、動いてる的には百発百中なのよ。あ、もう見せられないわよ。先生に見つかったら怒られちゃうから。ひろゆき、見直した？
Lemmy smiles at me bashfully, answers by giving her a compliment. You're incredible.
すげえじゃねえかレミ。
So focused on the balls that I didn't see Lemmy pull back her bow. The average archer couldn't possibly shoot 3 arrows in such quick succession. It's already insane that she shot 3 arrows in 5 seconds, not to mention at moving targets. Skills are godlike. The more I think about it, the more impressed I
て
am.
いうか天才じゃねえのか。
そう？
レミが出ればどんな大会も優勝するんじゃねえのか。
ありがとう、ひろゆき。それがね、私、止まってる的、うまく狙えないのよ。
それって的が止まってると最初の時みたく地面に突き刺さるってことか。
そういうことね。
偉そうに言うな。
Basically, Lemmy is used as a backup in archery competitions because there aren't any events where she can show off her true abilities. Waste of perfectly good talent in some respects. Nope, I can skip it. It's criminal that I feel tired even though I slept 10 hours last night. Well, probably that might actually be the issue. Oh, and we're back with Lemmy. Gotta ignore baby girl sadly though. Yes, I did spot her down in the left-hand corner. Where this time? Oh, this time in the middle. And I have to talk to her again, actively. bump into Lemmy on the way to the shoe lockers.
ひろゆき
She notices me and
帰るの
smiles.
か
I'll ask to walk
じゃ
home together.
一緒に帰ろうぜ
Ask. She nods in delight. As we walk out of the main door, Lemmy takes a deep breath.
私春が好き
She sounds full of
悪く
satisfaction.
ないよな
I nod.
日本の桜が好
アメリカには咲いてないのか
きちょっとだけ咲いてるよ日本みたいにたくさん咲いてないの
Here's right, cherry blossom trees are planted all over the place
固
around
め
here.
て植えてあるから多いように見えるんだよ
そうなの
そうなの
Say with confidence.
そういえばレミーの田舎ってアメリカのどこだっけ
Cali.
私の田舎はサンフランシスコよ
サンフランシスコかゴールデンゲートブリッジが有名な場所だよな
I know the place from its tourist
ひろゆ
attractions.
きサンフランシスコは SF って略すのよ
SF シスコとかじゃねえのか
地元ではみんな SF って呼んでるよ
地元だけの呼び名か日本みたく名前を略すんだなで SF ってどんな街なんだ
いつもフォーギーなの朝と夜は涼しいよ
オギーの
白くて見えないの
見えないってもしかして霧のことか
霧
ほら朝になると外が真っ白な時がたまにあるだろ外に出ると服
イエス霧です
SF って毎日霧が出てるのかよそりゃ寒いだろ
涼しいよ
夏でも
日本の夏は暑いよ
なんか良さそうだなでも冬は寒いんだろ
日本の冬は凍えそうです
なんだすっげえいいとこじゃねえか
いいとこ
で SF には面白い場所はあんのか
Let me think for a
ジャパン
moment.
タウンってところがあるなそこには日本料理の店とか日本の本屋とかいっぱいあるよ
She explains. That does sound pretty interesting,
日本
but
人が日本の店に行っても楽しくないと思うぜ
it's not really a tourist attraction for someone from Japan.
忘れてたよ Sorry
She juggles the notion away.
SF ならではって場所はないのか
じゃあチャイナ
おめえは外国人かっつうのアジアは忘れろ
タウンごめん SF とってもいいところなんだけどどこも普通に見えるの
考えてみればどんな綺麗な景色も地元の人間にしてみれば当たり前のことなんだよな
ひろゆき日本の楽しい場所教えて
日本のそんなの俺が知りてえよ
Maybe looks at me in confusion.
日本の自然とっても綺麗だよ
He says, I thought you was asking about fun places to hang
自
out.
然なら確かにいいところは山ほどあるだろうな
ひろゆきはあたしとなら海と山どっちに行ってみたい
Good question.
レミーと行くとしたらやっ
Mountains.
ぱ山かな
I mean, the fancy of the option is the beach, but
山
まあな山の特に頂上がすっげえ好きかな登りきった瞬間にやったーとか思うだろその後
おい
oops.
もちろん登る途中も好きだぜ鳥のさえずりとか木の匂いとかコセコセした街中と違って心にゆとりができてくるだろだから山かな
夜はキャンプファイヤーね
いいね焚き火を囲んで歌えば下手な歌も様になっちまうって雰囲気がいいね
私も好
レミーも山がいいのか
き山とっても
おめえの目的は狩りじゃねえのか
好き
Then he giggles to take the heat off the
調
truth.
子じゃんかよ
私ひろゆきと一緒に山へ行きたい
そんな暇ねえよ
行きたいで
もうすぐみんなで修学旅行に行けるだろ。それで十分だ。
行きたいのに。
Lemmy's definitely insistent. So leaves me no other
じゃ
choice.
あ分かった。ちょっと気が早いが夏休みに行こう。
It's just a compromise.
ただし二人っきりじゃなくて学校の連中も何人か誘ってだぞ。
Lemmy and I continue the conversation as we walk home. The week's exhaustion, really. Hold on, skip. Lemmy. Lemmy sees me and waves with a grin on her
よ
face.
うレミ。
明日はデートだね。
そうだな。
Like a nod,
ねえひろゆき、聞いて聞いて。
she pulls my arm. I say, what is it?
なんだ？
天ぷらってどこで生まれた料理か知ってる？
天ぷら？天ぷらは日本の料理に決まってるだろう。
As far as I know, tempura is one of the signature foods of
残
Japan.
念ねひろゆき。天ぷらは日本が最初じゃないの。
Lemmy says, speaking in a self-assured
嘘
tone.
つけ。そんなの初耳だぞ。
ね、天ぷらはね、戦国時代にポルトガルから渡ってきたテンプラリーっていう揚げ物料理がルーツなの。
へ、天ぷらりから天ぷらになったのか？その話できすぎてないか？
名前が天ぷらになったのは江戸時代の三島兄弟って人が名付けた。
どれそれ？
サッカーの人。
ますます知らねえな。
私も
どこで聞いたんだよ。
本に書いてあったよ。
例えばな、それが事実だったとして天ぷらが和食じゃないと分かってもいいことねえだろ。
あるよ。
どんなことだよ。
天ぷらを食べながら、これ本当は日本の料理じゃないのねって思うの。
それがいいことか？バーカ、ちっともよくねえよ。
他にもみんなに教えてあげると楽しいわよ。
楽しくね
それでね、寿司のルーツも日本じゃないの。
え。わかったわかった。寿司がどこの国の食い物だろうと関係ねえってば。
それでね、
Lemmy makes me listen to a bunch of useless facts about the roots of Japanese culture. I feel like a rag doll getting thrown around. Lemmy was just looking for someone to talk to. So she seems to have so much fun sharing her facts. Do some actual squats. Sunday, April 20th. Today I have a day with Lemmy. Go out of bed. I arrive at school just before lunchtime. A little early, but the archery club should still be at practice. Being at school on a Sunday feels weird to me. Still practicing.
お、
Lemmy grins.
ひろゆき、待った。
別に。
よかった。それじゃあ行きましょ
Lemmy says, licking arms with me.
おいおい、ここは学校だぞ。
I don't actually mind
う。
though.
No problem。
やっと着いたぜ。
The classmates and the seniors all give me frigid stares until we make it out of the school. I don't understand why Lemmy's popular amongst the guys. Wish they wouldn't scowl at me like that,
ど
though.
うしたの？早く入ろう。
おう
And let me ushers me into the arcade. It's the largest one in the area. The single-level arcade is filled with a ton of games. Near the entrance are the prize and Nekopuri machines. And the Nekopuri machines are all taken up by a bunch of high school girls. I'll take some Nekopuri sticker photos with Lemmy when they're free. At the back of the wall of the arcades are cabinets for the big prizes, while the rest of the floor is filled with multiplayer and quiz games. Lemmy looks around the arcade with sparkling eyes.
何かやってやって。
She pesters me like a child.
俺が一人で遊んでどうすんだよ。お前がやるの。
そうね。じゃあどれで遊べばいい？
Games have been getting more and more complex. You have to know how to pull off moves in fighting games to even get anywhere. Guess there's one type of game we can play without thinking too
シ
much.
ューティングなんかどうだ？
All we have to do is shoot and kill the enemies. Nothing simpler than
シュ
that.
ーデン？それどうやって遊ぶの？
Look around for a shooting game. I think there's one called The Princess is a Witch. It's a game I've played a lot before, so I should be able to give her some
あっ
advice.
たあった。
Take Lemmy to the machine and sit her in front of it. She is gaming. There's Akari, Shiho, and the Karate Kid on the back, on the machine in the back.
このボタンでショット。隣がボンバー。ボンバーは一撃必殺武器だけど、数に限りがあるから、ピンチの時にうまく使うんだぞ。
What？ よくわからないよ。
どの辺が？
何をすれば勝ちなの？
勝ち？もしかしてレミ、おめゲーセンで遊んだことないのか？
She shakes her head vigorously.
ありません。
全くのゲーム初心者かよ。
Honestly, finding someone who doesn't know how to play a video game in this day and age is like finding a natural treasure.
しょうがねえ。俺が一から教えてやるよ。
教えて教えて。
よし、じゃあまずはレバーから。
Explain how to use joysticks, how to use the joystick buttons, and even how to put the coin in to start the game. But I'm not really sure how much of an explanation Lemmy actually understood, what with her having zero experience and all. Okay, all that's left is for her to play the game.
じゃあ早速教えた通りにやってみろよ。
イエス。
The silly goofball suddenly salutes me. I catch myself looking around. What a ticking time bomb of embarrassment. What am I, her drill sergeant? Lemmy sits in the player 1 seat, grabs the joystick and plays her hands on the buttons. I sit in the player 2 seat and distance myself from her a little so that I won't get in her way. She stares at the demo screen in
ヘイ
silence.
レミ、インサートコイン&プッシュスタート。
手が離せません。
I almost fall off my seat.
おいおい、構えるのはゲームが始まってからでいいんだよ。
そうなの？
当たり前だろ。まだ金も入れてねえうちから構えるやつがあるか。
イエス。
Lemmy looks around a little nervously as she pulls a 100 yen coin, pulls out a 100 yen coin and inserts it into the coin slot. And then she quickly assumes her gaming position. Doesn't move a
レ
muscle.
ミ、プッシュスタートボタンだ。
I snicker as I reach out from the side to push the button for her. At which, the game's protagonist flies out on a broomstick. The game has started, but Lemmy isn't moving.
攻撃しろよレミ。
どうするの？
右手のボタンだよ。
I point to the buttons and Lemmy slaps one. With the giant old guys below... The giant old guys below, all the enemies are
おめえそ
wiped
れ
out.
ボンバーだ。
What?
Lemmy panics, confused about what is happening.
普通の攻撃はこっちだ。
そっか。
Lemmy nods. It is strange that even though that even throughout this back and forth, the player character still remains unscathed. Lemmy pays no mind to this and continues to smash the buttons.
おいおい、始まってから少しも動いてないぞ。レバー操作がお留守だぜ。
忘れてました。
And to point that out, Lemmy begins to move her witch left and right in a clunky manner. Looks like a drunk stumbling around. But now she has finally started moving a character around. Her right hand stops moving.
レミ、ボタン。
Last, she's moving around disjointedly and shooting magic at random. A random magic attacks hit one of the fodder enemies. Blows up on the spot. Lemmy says happily to me.
よかったな。
More bad guys appear on the screen. 2 or 3 of them get caught in the explosion.
わかったわかった。いちいち報告すんな。
She finally gets used to using the joystick and buttons at the same time by midway through the first level. Power-up item appears. She floats diagonally across the screen. Lemmy skillfully dodges it.
それは避けるんじゃなくて取るんだよ。
何を？
その P ってやつをだよ。
Oh, they're playing Toho.
取れるの？
She asks in all seriousness.
ああ、そいつを取ればパワーアップするんだよ。
Emily looks back and forth between her hands at the screen.
どうした？取るんだよ。
取れません。
なんで？
どのボタンで取るの？
おいおい。いいか？押すんだよ。
Grab Lemmy's hand and move the joystick. The witch moves over to collect the item.
そうなのね。
これが取るって意味だ。
Having collected the item, the witch says, "Power up!" and her attack changes. Lemmy repeats.
はいはい。よかったな。
Lemmy continues to report every little happening to me until she finishes playing. By the time we leave the arcade, I'm exhausted, and the last thing I want is to hear another gaming update.
楽しかったね、ひろゆき。
まあまあかな。
Must be nice to be Lemmy. She gets to have so much fun playing a shooting game like that. I'm severe. As I think to myself.
ありがとう、ひろゆき。
She flashes her usual sunshine-filled smile and kisses me on the cheek.
ああ。
Guess it isn't so bad since Lemmy enjoyed herself. Is he not gonna like acknowledge that she just randomly kissed him on the cheek? Like they're not dating yet. This is kind of weird. Doesn't matter. Kolakari. Oh, I forgot to point out 420 yesterday. What disappointment I am.
Hiroyuki.
That is new. Also, she comes over to me during third period break.
生徒玄関の掲示板に学校新聞が貼り出されてるよ。
へえ。それで？
例の志保のコラムも載ってたよ。
ああ、そういやそういうのもあったな。
ひろゆきのことが書いてあったよ。
そうか、忘れてたぜ。
She has said that she wouldn't use my name, but I have to check for myself. Or shove to the notice board. Newspaper in question is easy to spot. Luckily for me, there is no one else reading it.
ここのところだよ。
As she points at the photo I took of Shiho.
何？
The name is Shio Nagaoka, class 2A, and I've been placed in charge of this column. I've been entrusted with a corner of this page, a piece of land, if you will. I feel that it is my duty to treat with those respect. One needs a home to live on a plowed land, so I shall build a house here. I want to make it a marvelous home. As such, I have named this column Nagaoka's Manor. Twisted logic knows no bounds. Now time to address the building in this photo. I trawled through my resources to find it for the purpose of this column, but it also happened to be a place of fond memories for an acquaintance of mine. For the first printing of this column, I would like to tell a melancholic story that involves this house.
マジで書きやがったか。
I'm not sure after reading the article.
大丈夫だよ、ひろゆき。これを読んだ限りじゃ誰のことだかわからないし。
Meanwhile, the humble Lemmy.
そりゃそうだけどな。
I know the truth won't be revealed, but it doesn't feel great having my memories put on
で
paper.
も懐かしいね。
ああ、
僕も遊びたかったな、そのこと。
お前が親の言うこと守って遠出しなかったからだろ。
うん、そうだね。
Bell chimes as much as she
やる
nods.
か。
うん。
After school. After misfortune of... Oh, is this skippable? It is. That's what I like to see. Oh, hi. Hi, baby girl. Sorry, we're gonna have to ignore you again. Like I said, I will continue calling Tomoko baby girl until the Onna dude stops calling her Onna. I will lobotomize you. Sorry, baby girl. God, so many of these parts are just reduced to me not saying anything while the day passes by. Did we actually ever get to Mei on Tomoko? Like, this is the date when I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna skip all the way and officially go for Tomoko.
Hi, Hiroyuki.
I'm on the way back from buying a cafe au lait from the vending machine during a break when I bump into Lemmy.
おーレミなんか用か
Hiroyuki, boring 好き？
She asks out of the
な
blue.
んだよやぶから棒に
今ね、ボーリングが流行ってるのよ。
マジかよ俺知らねえぜ
ねえねえ、好き？
ボーリングなんて好きでも嫌いでもね
Lemmy looks distressed.
Well, じゃあ、ボーリングできる？
そうだなたしなむ程度かな
Really? じゃあ教えて教えて。
あレミまさかボーリングも知らねえのか
知ってます。でもやったことないの。
国にいる時もないのか
うん。
Respond with sure.
ひろゆき大好き。
Before I know it, Lemmy has leaped into my arms.
おいおい離れろって
Contrary to what I say, I don't mind it at all. In fact, I quite like it. It isn't the best look. Rumors will run wild if someone sees us like this. Luckily or unluckily for me, Lemmy does not push me down onto the ground and steps back
ひろ
instead.
ゆき、来週の日曜空いてる？
来週まさかボーリング場で教えろっていうのか
いいえ。
まあいいけどな
I'm proud!
Hold on. This needs to be done real quick. This had to be done real quick. I'll leave that open for now. Lemmy jumps up with joy. At least I think she's happy.
日曜だったなどうやって待ち合わせる
I can't say. ひろゆきが決めて。
じゃあ中央駅に朝の10時ってのはどうだ
That's alright. 駅に10時ね。
あ
Not Lemmy smiles.
日曜日に。See you.
Lemmy turns around and scurries off. Casual wave at her. So I've got a date with Lemmy on Sunday, huh? Can't wait. Hi, Lemmy. Someone suddenly calls me while I'm walking.
おうレミ
見つかってよかったよ。
なんだ俺を探してたのか？一体何の用だ？
あのね、今日私の家に来てほしいの。
レミんちへ？ディナーにでも招待してくれるのか？
Sorry、そういうんじゃないの。見に来てほしいの。
見に来てってレミんちを？なんか珍しいもんでもある？
それは秘密です。
She saw the artifact, the article, not artifact. Artifart. Ha 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 ha. Fix your fucking garbage ass AI subs. Don't disrespect 99 with that. Anyways, she just saw the article and was like, oh, his ass still has not realized. But it does show that he still remembers the child, so yeah, there's gonna take some heavy-handed measures.
レミ
ごめん。今日はとっても大切な日だから。
まあいいぜどうせ暇だし美人の頼みを断るほど野暮じゃねえから。
But I'll let me to go and see her place.
おいレミんちってここか？
Now the way here seems familiar, but we have definitely sight of Nakoka's manor.
とにかく入って。
This just says and enter the grounds through the gate. She doesn't lead me to the front door. And we go around to the yard instead. Follow her. If this really is Lemmy's place, then is she the girl I used to play with a long time ago? She was my age, I think. Did she have blonde hair, though? Nah, it couldn't be her. Lemmy only came here a few years ago. There's no way she lived here, played with me 11 years ago.
Hello, Yuki.
As I'm thinking to myself, Lemmy says my name.
おう
ただいま。
お
私帰ってきたよ。11年前黙ってステイツに戻ってごめんね。
Lemmy looks down. Went back to the States 11 years
し
ago.
かしてあれはレミだったのか？
Lemmy nods. I had no idea.
懐かしいな前からレミのこと知ってるのになんか複雑な気分だぜ。
I don't know if what I'm feeling at this moment can be described as nostalgia or not.
私もびっくりした。
どうして俺だって分かったんだ？
志保の記事読んだの。それで直接志保から詳しく教えてもらって分かったの。
Okay. 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 So let me sum this up. It took reading the article for her to realize that it's him as well? So she was just naturally that aggressive with a guy that she fancied. Like, it wasn't a case of, oh my god, I like this boy from my past and now I met him again, but he doesn't remember. No, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm back in Japan. It would be nice to meet this boy that I used to play with. But anyways, you see that stud over there? I'm gonna fucking riz him up! Like, that just makes her even funnier. Like, she is just absolutely fucking cracked out of her fucking mind.
あの記事か。
見て、ひろゆき。あの砂場、覚えてる？
And he points at the sand pit in the corner of the yard. Looks like it has been unused for years, maybe even 11. Well, no known it was a sand pit if it wasn't for the frame around it. Sand had mixed with the dirt in the ground over the years.
ああ、確か俺が作った秘密基地が 宇宙警察にぶっ壊されたんだよな。
私宇宙警察。
ひでえ警察もあったもんだ。
あっちの池に今もカープいるよ。
Look, see a Japanese style pond that stands out from the rest of the
カ
yard.
ープなんだそりゃ。
Look closely and you see some red and white carp
カ
swimming
ープ
around.
って恋か。まさか11年も生きてるんじゃねえだろ
最近買ったの。
うな。なんだ今もって言うからずっと生きてるのかと思ったぜ。
Let's lunch.
Lemmy claps her hands and the fish swarm at her feet. He pretends to scatter something into the pond. The fish gather around for what they think is food and open up their mouths.
騙されてはいけません。
Lemmy revels in her childish
ほん
act.
とガキだなレミーは。
I'm sure she's still I'm sure she was like this all those years ago too. Then Lemmy's guy softens.
ねえ、ひろゆき、
んなんだ。
あの木覚えてる？
She points at a particularly big tree. It is the biggest compared to all the trees growing around it, at least. What is that tree again? Doesn't matter if I don't actually remember it.
ああよく覚えてるぜ。
And Ned, Lemmy runs over to the tree in a half skip.
私とひろゆき、この木によく登ったね。
そうだったよな。
Smiles and walk over to Lemmy. Looking at Lemmy, who has not changed at all over the years, brought me so much joy.
見て、この木小さくなったよ。
Lemmy seems proud of herself as I approach her.
バカ俺たちが大きくなったんだ。
Tree that towered above us as children doesn't seem so impressive now that we're older.
Climbing.
She steps onto the tree's trunk.
おいおい。
Lemmy scales up the tree like it is nothing. At about the 3-yard mark, the trunk narrows and she's unable to climb any further.
やったよ、ひろゆき、登ったよ。
よかったじゃねえか。昔は登れなかったからな。
But when she's waving, her weight-bearing foot slips. I pulled over to her.
大丈夫かレミ。
ありがとう。
Lemmy nods my arms. Managed to catch Lemmy in the nick of time. Luck is on our side.
バカガキの頃より危なっかしいぞ。
ごめんね。
落ちてりゃ骨折くらいしてたぞ。ほら。
I go to put her down
ひ
when
ろゆき、
なんだよ。
もう少しこのままでいって。
Lemmy says, clinging to me.
なんだよ。どっか痛めたのか。じゃあなんだよ。
Be completely honest, I'm having a hard time
ひ
carrying
ろ
her.
ゆきに言いたかったことあるの。
なんだ。
ひろゆきにただいま。
さっき言わなかったか。
本当のただいま言いたいの。
ああ。言ってくれ。
ただいま、ひろゆき。私、帰ってきたよ。
This moment she has become that little girl from 11 years ago. I'm the lost little boy. We've known each other for a while, but in this moment we are finally reunited.
おかえりレミ。
Surprised even myself at how gentle my voice sounds. Guess I really mean it. There's an awkward silence.
ひろゆき、
ん
何か話して。
Seems as though Lemmy can't bear it either.
何かって何を。
昔のこと。
そうだな。
Chat with Lemmy in my arms. They're about to fall off by the end of it. Lemmy. I leave the school's entrance hall. I bump into
こ
Shiho.
れはこれは藤田の旦那
She approaches me, speaking in a weird fashion.
企んでるんだよ。
Shiho smirks.
珍魚落眼閉血集荷
She says, I can't help but shrink away.
お前、中国語うまいな。
真面目な顔して何言ってんのよあんた脳みそが鳥並みね
うるせえ。お前が気持ちの悪いこと言うからだ。
つべこべ言わないの珍魚落眼閉血集荷あんたも言ってみて
なんでだよ。
早くさっさと言わないと大声出すわよ
I don't know what kind of threat that is, but she threatens me anyway. Fine, she'll get off my back if it's just saying, right?
珍魚落がなんだっけ。
珍魚落眼閉血集荷
珍魚落眼閉月週間。どうだ言ったぞ。
そんなにはっきり言われたら照れるじゃないの
Bliss suddenly sweeps over Shiho's face.
珍魚落眼閉月週荷志保ちゃんのあまりの美しさに魚は沈み鳥の狩りは落ち
なんだそりゃ。日本語か。
I don't know why, but she's sounding a whole lot like Lemmy.
私のためにあるような言葉ね
She speaks in a sing-song manner she leaves, drunk on herself. I mutter in the direction Shiho prances off as I start to walk myself.
あ、レミーだ。
Spot Lemmy walking away ahead of me on the sloped path. She's the only person I can easily recognize from far away. What should I do? I will ask her if that weird phrase Shiho taught me is real. Decide to... Chase after and call out to her. Shiho might have taught me nonsense so that she can make fun of me later. Decide to approach Lemmy and ask her what the shady phrase Shiho taught me means.
えよ、レミー。
はいあひろゆき
レミーってさ、珍魚落眼閉月週間だな。
Say out of nowhere.
ひろゆきお上手ね
Ooh, that makes Lemmy blush. Looks like she understands what I said. So then I decide to... Ask, did you understand
レ
that?
ミー、俺の言葉通じたか。
ひろゆきあたしを褒めても何も出ないわよ
別になんか景品をくれとか言ってるわけじゃなくてな。通じるかどうか使ってみたんだよ。
そうなの
レミーは古い言葉に詳しいから聞いてみようと思ってな。
ぬか喜びて
気にすんなって。わざわざ昔の言葉で言わなくてもレミーは十分プリティだぜ。
ありがとうひろゆき
She responds with a breathtakingly gentle smile. I realize that I'm genuinely complimenting
こ
her.
っちこそサンキュー。言葉の勉強になった。
それじゃね
ああ、
Him and I part ways when we reach the bottom of the hill. Little Shiho. She was taking me for a fool and teaching me nonsense, but she was telling the truth. I really can't trust her. Today's Thursday. I'm always tired on Thursday. Same goes for Wednesday and Friday. I'm not tired on Saturday, but that's pretty much it. That's it for April 24th. Good night. I don't know why I couldn't skip that. Well, no one's here. No one of import, at least, currently. I mean, like, two of them will be important eventually. One of them will always be unimportant because fuck Shiho. That's what confused me the most. Why the fucking Onna dude, like, continuously giving Tomoko shit when Shiho's right there? Like, infinitely worse than all of them.
あ、
All of them.
あ、
All of them.
あ、
All of them. Lemmy. She sure makes us walk a lot, doesn't she? Oh, there she is. This time I don't have to actively approach to talk to her. Like, it just transitions when I get close. Well, hitting the shoe lockers, I noticed Lemmy ahead of me. Get closer and call out to her.
Yo!
ひろゆき、
帰りか？
ひろゆきも一緒に帰ろう。
I say,
いい
sure.
ぜ。
Walking on with Lemmy. Conversation is pretty fun.
レミンチって結構裕福なんだろ？
I think her father's the CEO of a pretty big commercial trading
よ
company.
くわからないけど、今はダートのお仕事がうまくいってるから。
お前んちにあれいる？
あれって？
メイ泥棒。
いるよ。
She nods as if it's commonplace. It definitely isn't commonplace for me.
それってどんなタイプだ？
It's one of those blonde ones that look the part of an apron, in an apron while holding a
ク
broom.
ルスの何年か前に出たモデルだよ。
That isn't the answer I'm
ク
expecting.
ルスってあのクルス川エレクトロニクスの？パツキンじゃねえの？
パツキン違うよ。うちのはブルネットなの。
ブルネット？何それ？
I'm stumped. And if it's true what they say about women being better than men at distinguishing between differences in color. Men dumbs it down to me and explains it more
ダー
plainly.
クブラウンの髪なの。
Even I can understand
ダ
that.
ークブラウン。あ、はいはい。焦げ茶色ね。でもそれって日本人？
違うよ。アメリカンなの。
おお。わざわざ日本のメーカーのを使わなくてもアメリカにだって結構すごいのが揃ってるだろ？
日本の製品はグッドクオリティだって。だって
確かに外国の電気製品は質が悪そうなイメージあるよな。
Maybe Japanese products are just too good.
彼女は働き者よ。
羨ましいよな。
ひろゆき、メイドが欲しいの？
俺んちほとんど誰もいねえし、誰か掃除とか飯作ったりとかしてくれると助かるんだよな。
じゃあ、私がメイドになるよ。
She says, "What?" I like the sound of that.
いいねそれ。けどないくらなんでもそんなことレミーに頼めねえよ。
私なら心配ないよ。
家が近いとかならともかくレミーにわざわざ家に来てもらうわけにはいかねえって。
私、ひろゆきのお手伝いしたいのに。
She mutters in a deflated manner. Appreciate that she wants to do something for me,
俺は
but
女の子に面倒を押し付けるような真似はしたくないからな。
ひろゆき、
だからなレミー、俺がメイドロボ欲しいなとか言い出したら横着はダメよくらいは言ってくれよな。
ひろゆき、優しいね。
I don't know if I'm imagining it, but Lemmy looks as though she has tears in her eyes.
優しいっていうかダラダラした自分が許せないだけだって。
私、ちょっとだけほっとしたよ。
なんで？
私、料理も掃除も自信がなかったの。
Lemmy giggles.
お前な、俺に何を食わせるつもりだったんだよ。
大丈夫。命に別状はないと思うよ。
Probably, huh? When I thought she was joking if it weren't for her smile. Could have been life-threatening. We need to have fun chatting before parting ways at the station to head back to our respective homes. Glorious bath time! I'm not gonna go off on my I don't like bathing, I just shower tirade. Right, I've got a date with Lemmy today. I'm meeting her at the station at 10 o'clock, so I should hurry up and get ready. Like my usual rushed mornings, I take the time to make myself look presentable. I leave home with plenty of time to spare. It's 9:45 when I get to the station. Is Lemmy here yet?
ひろゆき、
Someone suddenly calls out to me from behind.
おお、
It is Lemmy, obviously.
How you doing?
ずいぶん早いじゃねえかレミ。
I'm captivated by Lemmy. She looks amazing in her striped dress that matches her bubbly personality to a T. Not to mention her attention-getting blonde hair. And it looks like she just walked off the page of a fashion magazine. It'd be strange not to be captivated by her
どう
appearance.
したのひろゆき。
いや、レミの私服ってめったに見れねえから。
似合いますか？
She asks, slightly fishing for a
グレイ
compliment.
ト、似合ってるぜ。
Give her a thumbs up.
Thank you very much.
Normally I'd be too embarrassed to have a back and forth like this, but it feels so natural to Lemmy. It is as if I've been thrown into an American TV show.
さて、
ねえ、どんなボーリングアリーなの？
ボーリング場がか？
Describe the bowling alley we are about to visit to Lemmy. We are headed to a place that is known locally as a mecca for bowling. It was recently constructed with a gaming arcade and karaoke on the first floor and a bowling alley on the second floor. There's also a small restaurant inside, so you can spend a whole day there if you want to.
志保も呼べばよかったね。
No. No.
あいつはいい。それに今日は俺とレミーのデートだからな。さあ行くぞ。
Climb the stairs and are greeted with a huge venue full of bowling lanes. It's still morning, so there are plenty of empty lanes.
私、びっくりしました。
Emmy's eyes practically fall out of her head. She has never seen 50 lanes in one bowling alley before. We go over to the counter and buy 2 games for
レ
us.
ミー、シューズ借りてこようぜ。
We pick up our rental shoes from the vending machine and then go to find some balls. There's an array of different colored balls. I settled on a 13-pounder to start with. Lemmy is like a kid in the candy
レミ
store.
ーは女の子だから。
私、これ。
She grabs a ball with the number 18 printed on it.
あほ、んな重い球まともに投げれねえぞ。
そうなの？
よりによって一番重いのを選ぶなよ。
An 18-pounder is rare. I've almost never seen anything above 15 at other places.
じゃあ、これ。
She has a 17-pounder in her arms.
17もダメだっての。
I shake my head and Lemmy sheepishly returns the ball to the rack.
そう。
言っとくけど、16も15も14もみんなダメだぞ。
I say for good measure, stopping Lemmy in her tracks as she reaches for the 16-pounder.
大きいことはいいことなのに。
でかけりゃいいってもんじゃねえの。
残念です。
She looks deflated. I'm somewhat exasperated as I start to compare the size of her arms to the
やっ
balls.
ぱレミーは11あたりで。ストップ。
Lemmy was already rushing over again, but freezes when she hears my voice.
6とか8もダメだぞ。
ひろゆき感が鋭いね。
仮名だろ。棚の端っこ目指されちゃ誰だってわかるって。
From one extreme to another,
小
jeez.
さいことは技術なのに。
レミーは11、11ポンドで決まり。
残念です。
残念じゃねえの。
Make Lemmy pick up an 11-pounder ball as we go over to the benches at our lane. I have to explain to her how to bowl the
あ
ball.
レミー、マジで投げ方知らねえのか？
Asks for the hell of it. Lemmy turns and rolls the ball around with a troubled look on her face.
ひろゆき、
何が？
このボール、穴が3つしかないよ。
あほ。
Sit Lemmy down on the bench and demonstrate how to bowl the ball in front of her. Like, 3 holes is like very weird, yes. I've only seen ones with 2. Like you grab like that.
ってだいたいこんな感じで投げるんだぞ。周りに俺より上手いやつがゴロゴロしてると思うから、そいつの投げ方を参考にしてもいいけどよ。
I give her an explanation of my bowling technique. I don't know if my form is correct. It is pretty rough, so it is a pretty rough explanation.
意外と複雑です。
Realize just how complicated it is when I'm explaining to her, all with all the moving limbs and stuff. Lemmy is
と
right.
にかくほら、やってみろよ。
And the ball over to Lemmy, and she puts her fingers into it, ready to bowl.
最初は右足からだぞ。
She now responds to my directions and steps forward with her right foot. Her footwork is fine, but then she suddenly swings her right hand back.
違う違う。右手は前に出すんだって。
うっかりしてました。
もう一遍最初っから。
Lemmy readies herself again. This time she brings her right hand up in front of her as she steps with her right foot. That's the way. And the step with the left, and again with the right.
ストップ。ボールを前に出したっきりじゃねえか。
忘れてま
He's more coordinated than I thought.
いいか。一歩目でこうやってボールを前に出して、二歩目でボールを下ろす。三歩目でボールを後ろに上げて、四歩目で投げる。
Let's demonstrate to her again.
見切ったよ。
本当か？
Of course.
Lemmy nods enthusiastically, then readies herself. One step forward, then two, three. Yes, looking good. She at least looks like a bowler. Now swing her arm back with the fourth step and hey!
こんなところで投げんなって。
Lemmy actually lets the ball fly. The ball rolls across the carpet and then into the bowling lane. It careens diagonally into the lane, then straight into the gutter as expected.
笑ってる場合かよ。
That gutter ball is recorded as a roll in the first frame. The letter G appears on my scoreboard.
ガテルだね。
たく、わざとやりやがったな。
ごめん。わざとじゃないの。ついプロボーラーの気分で。
Let me smile sheepishly.
おーうっかり手を離したって言うんだな。じゃあ、今度は宮内プロにマジで投げてもらおうじゃねえか。
オッケー、投げましょう。
I'm only teasing her, but Lemmy seems to take it pretty seriously. She picks up her ball from the ball returner and stands in front of the lane. Lemmy focuses on all of her energy. She means business. Eventually, she slowly takes a step forward. Now she really looks like a pro bowler. She lets go of the ball and it lands cleanly in the lane. From the moment the ball leaves her hand to the even after it begins to roll, she looks like a pro. It rolls with a diagonal spin to it and is right on course. If it stays on course, it'll cut right through the first and third pins. Hang on. Silence is deafening. Lemmy's ball rolls into a pinless
間
oblivion.
違えました。
She had bowled into an empty lane.
あほ
And just like with her archery, Lemmy is great at looking the part. We play 6 games that day. Oh, I feel like they're going to fall off. Back and forth we go between the arcade on the first floor and the bowling alley on the second floor. Spent almost half a day there. Lemmy ends up improving and bowls fewer gutter balls. My highest score is 135 and hers is 83.
楽しかったね。
ああ、
ひろゆきのおかげで私、うまくなれたよ。
俺もそうだけど、レミーはもっとスペアを取らねえとな。
また連れてってね。
そうだな。
じゃあ、またね。See you!
じゃあな。
Part ways at the station. Despite being the same age as me, Lemmy can be pretty childish sometimes. I'm a bored around her. But that also makes me feel as though I have to keep an eye on her and look after her. I think to myself as I go home. The blissful Sunday was coming to an end. Right. I was just able to skip that. Like, I realized that I could skip it by the time I said Sunday, but at that point, it's just like, you're halfway done, just read the rest of the thing. Then he approaches me during break time.
お のレミ。
ひろゆき、あのね、今晩うちでパーティーするの。
なんの？
なんでもないよ。普通のパーティー。
俗に言う晩餐会ってやつか。
それでね、ひろゆきにも遊びに来てほしいの。
俺に？
Let me not. She's invited me to an American house party.
他に誰か行くのか？
あたしの家族だけだよ。
でもさ、そういうのって近所の人とか呼んだりしねえのか？
でも誘っても断られちゃうの。日本の人忙しいです。
ああ、それはだな。用事があるとかじゃなくてな、日本人は基本的に近所の付き合いが下手ってことだろ。
下手なの？
日本人は義理がないと動かねえんだよ。
難しいです。
俺にもな。
ひろゆき、義理ないの？
俺か？俺は
I totally do feel
俺は
obligated.
レミーに義理はたっぷりあるからな。もちろん行くぜ。
I nod.
きっと面白いよ。
Emmy's overly
じゃ
excited.
あ、あかりとかまさしとか誘ってもいいだろ。
ごめんね。今日特別だからひろゆきだけに来てほしいの。
俺だけ？
Let me nod. She also seems somewhat embarrassed. Don't tell me she's gonna pull out one of those "this is my future husband" bits when she chooses me to her family.
いいでしょ？
Let me ask.
別に構わねえよ。何時からだ？
Pretty chill about it.
6時からよ。
よし、わかった。レミーんちに6時だな。
待ってるよ。
あ、
Lemmy waves with joy and goes back to her classroom. Why she only want me to come? She just leads him into the house and does the fucking John Mulaney, "That's my wife" bit, except it's just, "That's my husband. It's my man." 6 o'clock at night. I arrive at Lemmy's place 10 minutes early. When I press the intercom on her front gate, an unfamiliar voice answers. Front door opens and a bombshell beauty who looks like she'd strolled off the pages of a stylish magazine greets me. I can see the familiarity. There's blonde hair, of course. If Lemmy has an idol vibe, then this girl oozes with Hollywood star glamour.
こんばんは。
I greet her and she bows
こん
deeply.
ばんは。お待ちしてましたよ。こちらへどうぞ。
Sounds very young. Thank you for letting me in and follow her. As I did so, Lemmy pops out.
Good evening.
She runs straight over to me.
あ
どうぞお上がりくださいませ。
なあ、あの人レミーのお姉さんか？
Ask Lemmy on the way to her front door.
My sister よ。
すっげえ美人だよな。これぞ美人姉妹ってやつか？
美人姉妹。
Lemmy suddenly laughs out loud. She seems to get a kick out of my casual compliment. It isn't common for her to have a little laughing fit like this. Oh, it absolutely is gonna be the mom, and Lemmy's just like, "Oh, Malamau! Man thinks that he's my sister! Man thinks she's my sister!"
おい、意味わかってんのか？
ありがとう、ひろゆき。
たく、変なところでウケんなよ。
As I say that, we reach your front door.
うわ
There's some waiting there. A huge dog. It's on high alert. Lemmy sees her dog and gives a big hug. The dog has wavy ginger fur and floppy ears. I don't think it's a mixed breed.
紹介するね。家族のジュリー。
ジュリーか。よろしくな。
I greet her, but Julie's still cautious of
大
me.
丈夫よ、ひろゆき。ジュリー、人は噛まないから。
That might be true, but being growled at by such a big dog would make anyone's knees buckle.
ああ、
That is all I can squeeze out in
ジュ
response.
リー、怒っちゃダメだよ。
I think I'm in the clear now. Despite my reaction, I used to have a dog of my own, so I have some idea of how dogs feel, at least I think so. I approach
よろ
Julie.
しくな。
I ruffle the fur on her head, and Julie wags her tail happily. Cute fluff ball.
よかったね、ジュリー。
なあ、ジュリーって血統書付きだろ？なんて種類だ？
She's such a fine specimen of a dog that I have to ask.
アイリス・セトルだよ。
ワリ初耳だ。
アリス・セトルはね、鳥を追い立てる犬なのよ。
猟犬なのか。かっこいいな。
よかったね、ジュリ
俺も昔ピレネーのでっかいのを飼ってたんだぜ。
Mud with Great Pyrenees blood, that
ー。
is.
おー、ピラネーズ、かっこいい。
そうか。かっこいいつうか、すっげえおとなしいやつだったぜ。
私、ピラネーズ好きよ。
ありがとよ。
As we
ジュ
chat
リー
away,
との挨拶は済みました？
Lemmy's sister appears. Actually, we should get going. The party won't start unless we're there. Lemmy and I hurry a little into their house.
お邪魔します。
Feels so novel and refreshing to enter someone's house with my shoes still on. I'm surprised at how clean and sparkling everything is. We'll find out later just why everything was so clean, though.
こちらへどうぞ。
Simply leads me through to a massive room. I think it is a room reserved for parties, but it is just their living room.
いらっしゃい、藤田君。
What the fuck am I looking at? Man, who I think is Lemmy's father, comes in and greets me.
はじめまして、こんばんは。
いや、娘から君のことはよく聞かされてるよ。
So it is Lemmy's father, and he has the biggest Hollywood star eyes I've ever seen. But what he has gripped in his hand is of more interest to me. Wait, a rifle! A Taiwan. The person I assume was Lemmy's father walks in with that very gun pointed right at me.
はじめまして、私はヘレンの父のジョージだ。
Holding arms up as he introduces himself to me. Why is he laughing with his gun pointed at me?
どうも。でも、どうして？
That is son the war being shot?
父さん、お客様にまで銃を向けないで。
Oh, never mind. It is daughter. Cindy is exasperated.
いいじゃないか、スンディ。私はこの銃を気に入ってるんだ。会社では我慢してることだし、せめて家の中でくらいは構えさせてくれよ。な、藤田君。
What's with this guy?
心配せんでも弾は入っとらんよ。空砲だ。
なんだ、空砲ですか。
しかし、あの時の坊やが今ではすっかりたくましくなったな。
Puts his arms around my shoulders. The gun is still pointed right at me. It's not loaded, right? Toy or not, I'm sure getting shot by that would really sting.
どうも、お世話様でした。
That kind of man from before was actually a gun-wielding... So that kind man from before was actually a gun-wielding maniac.
あれ以来、すっかりヘレンは藤田君を気に入ってしまってね。
ヘレンってレミーのことですよね。どうしてヘレンなんですか？
It's been on my mind for a while, so I figured I would ask.
あのね、私、家の中ではヘレンなの。
Let me
家
chimes
族
in.
の間だけの名前なのよ。もちろん、ひろゆきくんも呼んでいいのよ。
ほう。でも、呼び慣れた名前の方がしっくりきますんで。
父さん、そろそろ私にもひろゆきくんと話させてもらえるかしら。
Lemmy's father thinks for a
よ
moment.
かろう。1分ほど貸そうじゃない。
貸しですか。
Am I just an object to this family?
ごめんなさいね。会社以外ではいつもこんな調子なのよ。
Cindy says, rolling her eyes.
なんだか馴染みやすいですよ。
Watching a father is like watching the origins of Lemmy's personality play out. Lemmy definitely resembles them.
では、改めてはじめまして。私シンディです。
どうぞよろしく。
Sad Cindy bowing makes this seem so
こちら
elegant.
こそよろしく。
I bow as well and think to myself, Cindy must resemble her mother. As that thought crosses my mind, I become curious as to what their mother is like. Her father's American, so their mother must be Japanese. What's here? And then... he heard a sound of some rolling down the hallway at an incredible speed. What the fuck? There's a boy on a skateboard storming in, kicking up a fuss. I'd say he's about 10 years old, with a cheeky freckled face like what you'd expect from a little brat in a manga. Couldn't have been someone else's child, so I assume it is Lemmy's little brother.
こらメキ行儀が悪いわよ。
Lemmy tries to chase after him, but she's no match for skateboarding skills.
Damn it, Helen!
Good job, kid. And I would smile at this slick work, but Lemmy won't stand for it after being messed with.
メキ
The sight of her big sister getting angry at her little brother. It's my first time seeing Lemmy mad. He's your typical big sister around the
ま
house.
あまあレミ、今日はパーティーだろ。多めに見ようや。
Try to help Mickey.
でもねひろゆき。
わかってるって。なみっき、ここは姉ちゃんに謝っとこうぜ。
Mickey looks back and forth between Lemmy and me before
I
nodding.
guess it's sort of my fault.
What the fuck? I think he apologized, but he's speaking in English and he's speaking so quietly I can't hear him. And he's a pretty good kid after all. Cindy begins to laugh.
なあレミ、なんて言ったんだ？
悪かった気がするだって。
言うじゃねえか。
Start laughing too.
ここはミキの技ありだ。ミキ、
Stop pointing the gun at your son!
自己紹介しなさい。
Hold on. There's also Cindy's screenshot. This fucking looks like he's gonna execute this child in front of his own sister. His father joins in on the laugh still. His rifle's aimed at Mickey, though. You'd think he is threatening him with it. But Mickey doesn't seem to care and
これ
nods.
マイコよろしくひろゆき兄ちゃん。
I assumed Lemmy must have told him about me since he already knows my name.
よろしくな、ミッキー。
Thought Mickey was his name for the whole time, but it was short for Michael. American names can be so confusing. As I thought to
ど
myself.
う思う？パパはああやっていつも銃を家族に突きつけるんだ。うちはまるで猛獣症だよ。
うちの猛獣は料理をつまみ食いするからな。
まったくもっと優しく調教してほしいよ。
The exchanging of jokes between them brings a smile to my face. I like the vibe. But then... there's a knock on the big door at the back of the room. A second later it opens. A cart comes rolling in. He's pushing the cart.
Freeze!
And his father yells as he points his gun at him. Freeze. Who is
あらあ
it?
らあら動くなと言われましてもこれではスープが冷めてしまいます
It's his
よ。
mother. The person pushing the cart says in exasperation. It is a woman in traditional Japanese clothing.
てっきり賊が入り込んだのかと思ってな。あやめ、今ちょうど藤田君が見えたところだ。彼に挨拶しておきなさい。
あら藤田さんが
ああ、どうも。こんばんは。
あらあらあらご機嫌うるわしゅう。いつも娘がお世話になっております。ジョージの妻であやめと申します。
いえ、こちらこそ。
Emma bows deeply in the same way that Cindy did, and I bow as well. She's Japanese exactly how I picture she would be. Emmy's mother is also beautiful and so refined. I envy Lemmy.
全員揃ったところで始めようか。
オーケー。 Okay. 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 Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It's Ness! It fucking sounds like Ness! Fucking damn it. Mikey skateboards over to the cart. He reaches out and almost touches it as he zooms past.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
What? Sonny holds his head in a dramatic fashion.
どうしたのミッキーちゃん。
お母さん、忘れ物してない？
忘れ物？
料理だよ、料理。俺たちにワゴンを食べさせるつもり？
あらあらあら。ほんと？
Lemmy's mother puts her hand to her mouth in disbelief.
まったく、マギーはどうしたの？
マギーはアクチュエータの部品交換に出したから3日は戻ってこないわよ。
Cindy says.
3日もお母さんが彼女の代わりをするの？
Who's Maggie? Asked
マ
Lemmy.
ギーはね、メイドロボなの。
ああ、そうなのか。
それでね、シンディって機械工学の勉強してるからメカに詳しいのよ。
機械工学なんかすげえな。
To speak to
早
Lemmy.
く持ってきてよ、お母さん。
はいはい。わかってますよ。
Lemmy's mother leaves the room, snickering as Mikey pushes her.
まったく、これから3日もワゴンを食べさせられるのかと思うと気がめいるよ。
あやめはそそっかしいからな。今からワゴンも好物にしておくんだな。
Evidently, Lemmy's mother can be absent-minded. Everyone's so unique. This house must be full of fun every day. Cheeky little brother, father walks around the house with a rifle and an absent-minded mother. As for her big sister, well, actually maybe she's the most normal one out of the bunch. The only quirk is her stunning beauty.
母さん遅いわね。
Cindy mutters. Lemmy nods. Kind of think what 5 minutes has already passed.
お腹すいたよ。
スープを温め直してるのかな。
私ちょっと見てきます。
わい、シンディ。
何お父さん。
では、私が。
I don't know why, but everyone puts their hand up to go to the kitchen. And Mike, of all people, is the one who tells his dad not to because it is dangerous. Because it would be dangerous to take the rifle with him. Even tells Cindy not to go. Makes sense to be against bringing rifles to the kitchen, but what's the problem with Cindy
私
going?
行くよ。
ヘレンはノルマだから俺。
Mikey kicks his skateboard
そ
up.
れメケ。私ノルマじゃないもん。
レミーとミッキー仲いいな。
メケ、いつも私をいじめるの。
甘えてんだよ。
Oh my gosh.
After a little while, Mikey returns, looking disappointed.
どうした？
お母さん、ここに来る前からスープを火にかけたままで鍋に穴を開けちゃったんだ。
わっさネオス。悲しいことだ。
今日のパーティーはスープ抜きね。
残念です。
お姉ちゃん、早くマギーを直してよ。
それは無理よ。簡単な修理ならともかく専用のガレージでなければお手上げね。
はあ、俺頑張ってワゴンを好きになるよ。
Mickey is deflated. Carts are the inevitable. So the party begins without the soup.
乾杯
We'll raise our glasses for the toast.
さあこれで藤田君は家族の一員だ。これからはひろゆきと呼ばせてもらうよ。
Lemmy's father says after I took a sip of the juice. His rifle's aimed at who he's talking to, as usual.
どうも。
さあ未成年にはソフトドリンクだが飲みたまえ。
Lemmy's father whips out a bottle of soda. I've only had a sip of my juice, but he tries to refill my glass anyway.
いただきます。
There's no way I can refuse his gesture. I hold my almost full glass out to him. He pours more soda up to the brim. Soda reaches the brim and then overflows as one would expect. But there's already someone with a handkerchief under the
気をつ
glass.
けてお父さん床が汚れるわ
Cindy says. She was on the other side of the table just a second ago. Lunges up over here.
すまんすまん。相変わらず素早いな、シンディは。
Lemmy's father chuckles.
シンディ姉ちゃん
Mickey calls out for her from the other side of the table. He's holding a giant bowl of salad. There's a single lettuce leaf in his right hand. Oh. He flaps it around before dropping it. Someone pounces off to the floor. Cindy leaps over the table, diving towards Mickey. She jumped 3 yards across. What surprises me more is that after flipping in the air, Cindy stands up holding the piece of lettuce that Mickey just had dropped. Did you catch it before it hit the floor?
シンディはねとっても綺麗好きなの。
違うよヘレン潔癖症って言うんだよごめんなさいねはしたない真似してミッキー今度やったら承知しないわよ
Cindy smiles at me before scowling at Mickey. A clean freak. That doesn't mean she has to act so frantically before things get dirty. Guess Cindy has her own quirks after all. Mickey stopped her from going into the kitchen because she would not leave until she cleaned it all of oil stains as well as soot and rust. After all the chaos, Lemmy's mom doesn't let us down and mixes up the salt with sugar before the party comes to a close. By the end of the fun-filled party, I've become a member of the Miyauchi family myself. Never find out why I'm the only one invited, but I'm sure Lemmy just wants me to become friends with their family. Yeah, that's it. That's all. You know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna skip to the next point where it stops skipping and then fucking end the part there instead of going to the last day transition. Should I even end it? Like, if we take Tomoko's route into account, how much time is going to be left? Probably not that much. Home. We are only at 4 instead of 6, so something is happening. Man, I'm starving, need food. Take it to the kitchen for some food and then remember something. Oh yeah, a bunch of things are on sale at the shopping arcade today for that customer appreciation event. I think ramen and shelf-stable foods are supposed to be extra cheap. Plans to stock up on the way home to cut back on food costs. Okay, can't be bothered. I'll just go to the nearby convenience store. Nah, don't let the sloth in you win. I'll be on easy street later. I'll put in the hard work now. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Start getting ready to go out. I practically drag myself to the shopping arcade. Now off to the supermarket see someone ahead of me in my school's uniform and bright blonde hair. That's Lemmy. Snicking just as I'm about to call out to her, I notice that she's with someone. In an attempt to figure out who it is, I squint my eyes. She's with a small girl of maybe kindergarten age. The girl appears to be crying. Whose kid is that? His little sister, maybe? Let's continue to watch it. They eventually start walking.
Oi, Lemmy!
Call out to stop her.
ひろゆき
The child.
よ、レミ。
あのねひろゆきこの子迷子なの。
迷子？妹じゃねえのか。
うん
じゃあ交番へ。
ダメひろゆきめぐみとてもお母さんに会いたがってるのねめぐみ
Little girl Megumi gives a big nod. Her eyes are still red from crying.
探してやろうか。
A chuckle and nod, because I did the exact same thing before too.
でもひろゆきはいいのよ。
へえって、俺も付き合うよ。
So then Megumi and I begin wandering around the shopping arcade.
めぐみ疲れたら私に言うのよ。
Megumi says out of kindness and concern for Megumi. And then,
何？お姉ちゃんどうして髪の毛白いの？
the girl seeks reassurance. Thinking about it, Megumi must be so fascinated by Lemmy's blonde hair. Huge grin spreads across Lemmy's face.
お姉ちゃんね本当は天使なのよ。
Can't believe the words coming out of her mouth. Sure, she's talking to a child, but still. Megumi's eyes light
そ
up.
うよ。
Lemmy nods and Megumi becomes even more excited.
ねえ見せていいわよ。
Lemmy crouches down to Megumi's height and shakes her hair around.
そ
Megumi plays with Lemmy's radiant blonde hair. Lemmy will probably make a great mom someday. Smile at the sight of the two girls having
早
fun.
くお母さんを見つけなくちゃな。
1 hour later, still haven't found Megumi's
レ
mother.
ミ、部活で疲れてるだろ。めぐみちゃんは俺に任せて。先に帰ったらどうだ？
No way 私帰らないわ。
Lemmy's words sound heavy with responsibility, so I nod without saying anything further. We continue to walk around. Another hour later,
ひろゆき
Lemmy says, "Oh, this is a nice CJ." The sun is setting and Megumi is sleeping soundly on my back.
ひろゆきはどうして交番行かなかったの？
I don't understand the reason for Lemmy's question.
私見てたよ。この前ひろゆきが迷子の子をおんぶしてたの。
One time,
恥ずかしいとこ見られたな。
恥ずかしいことないよ。
Lemmy smiles. It's a gentle one, different from her usual bright smile, and makes my heart skip a beat.
ひろゆきその子のお母さんずっと探してた。
なんだよ。隠れて見てたのか？
私ひろゆきのことよく知らなかったから。それで男の子の面倒をちゃんと見てくれるのか見張ってたの。
He was following me out of concern that I might abandon the boy, apparently.
ひでえ言われようだな。でも俺はちゃんとあの子の母親を見つけたぜ。
それで私ひろゆきのことよくわかった。
分かったって何を分かったんだ？
Lemmy looks away bashfully.
でも優しい人。
どうかな。俺結構悪人だぜ。
Lemmy giggles.
私ね迷子の子を見つけたら絶対に最後まで面倒見るって決めてたの。
なんで？
ひろゆきみたいに出会いがあるからよ。
俺みたいに？それって俺がガキの頃の話か？
イエス。
そんな都合よく出会いなんて起こらねえよ。
In the end, we never were able to find Megumi's mother and wound up heading to the police station. Megumi's mother hasn't reported her missing yet, so she must have been searching for Megumi herself too. We were at the police station for a while until there was a call from another police station. Megumi is finally reunited with her mother.
よかったね。
Lemmy says as we leave the police station to go home.
ああ、めぐみちゃん、男の子との出会いはなかったけどな。
あったよ。
あ、どこの誰とだよ。
Cognitive confusion.
You and me?
俺と。
Yes?
そうか。めぐみちゃんが大きくなったら俺は結構なおじさんだぞ。レミーだって。
そういう意味じゃないの。めぐみも大きくなったらきっと迷子の面倒ちゃんと見てくれる大人になるよ。
なるほどな。めぐみちゃんもレミーや俺みたく迷子を放っておけない大人になるといいな。
Continued our conversation before parting ways at the station. Night, nothing happens. At the break after fifth period, I slump with my head down on my desk, ready to sleep at the drop of a hat. Super sleepy. Then a walking megaphone burst into the classroom. It was Big Mouth Shiho. I don't know how everyone but me has the energy, but they all gather around Shiho to listen in on the gossip. Shiho's extreme energy is like a scandalous headline and makes everyone eager and curious. It's always a letdown, yet they keep coming back for more. I sure do like their gossip. Maybe they never actually believed her and just enjoy her stories. That's probably it. According to Shiho, the news that trickled into my ears, Lemmy had to suddenly return to her home country. She's going back to the States. Say what now? Stand up. Off I go, straight towards Shiho. Stand in front of her and grab her shoulders.
No, それってマジか。
Pull her out into the hall.
大町よ。職員室の大森先生のところに行ってたら、川下先生と山上先生が話してるのが聞こえ。
またそんな聞きかじっただけの情報を。
何よ、信じないっての？だったら確かめればいいじゃん。
初めからそのつもりだ。おめえも一緒に来い。ガセだったら承知しねえぞ。
わかってるわよ。その代わり、本当だったら承知しないわよ。
シボ、ひろゆき。
レミ、ちょうどいいところに来た。
来たわね。
何？
いきなり聞くけど、アメリカに帰るって本当か？
どうして知ってる
What?
マジか。
ほれ見なさい、ほれ見なさい。
そんな大切なこと、なんで今まで黙ってたんだよ。
実は私大切じゃないって思ったから。
Because it's gotta be like, oh, we're gonna be back for like, we're gonna be back in like a week.
そりゃねえぞ。思いっきり大切じゃねえか。
そうだよね。ひろゆき、家族だもんね。
She was just like, wait, hold on, what?
そうだよ。俺にも知る権利あるって。
あんた、レミンチの養子になったの？
今夜うちでグッバイパーティーするの。ひろゆき来て。
もちろん行くって。
なにパーティー？レミンチカラオケあんの？
こいつも連れてっていいか？
Let me not.
あかりとまさしも誘うか。
I'm still betting that it's gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna be back in like a fucking week or so. It's literally just like that. Dear Granny's got a birthday, and it's the big 80. We want to be there for it, you know? That night.
ここだ。
へえ、すごく立派な屋敷だね。
うん、すごい。
Akari and Masashi are in awe. We try to act confident, press the button for the intercom. Seeing the response, it opens the gate for us.
入ってくれ。
Push the gate open and usher my two friends in. Akari nods and Masashi follows. I also walk through the gate, making sure to close it as I catch up to them. Oh yeah, Julie's guarding the front
おい、
door.
ストップ。
何？ひろゆきちゃん。
Akari stops, but Masashi assumes I'm calling out to him and continues to walk. Oh, he's almost at the front door.
まさし、止まれったら。
どうしたの？
Julie's right beside Masashi as he turns
玄
around.
関には犬がいるんだよ。
どこ？あ、ほんとだ。かわいいね。
おい、危ねえって。
まさしちゃん。
なんて名前？
ジュリーってんだけど。おい、怒ってるって。
よろしく、ジュリー。
Masashi completely ignores Julie's warning, growls, and sticks his hand out to her. Julie's surprised and jumps. Or not. He's playing around. Julie melts into Masashi's hand as he strokes her head. Great job, Masashi.
なあ、ガブッと来たらどうするつもりだったんだよ。
Ask when we reach the front
大
door.
きな犬っておとなしいから、きっと平気だって思ったよ。
犬だっていろんなやつがいるだろう。
うん。今は大丈夫だったみたいだけど、次からは気をつけるよ。
平然と言うな。
Austin, gonna do big things in the future, I just know it. As I'm lost in thought, the front door opens.
How nice of you to come. いらっしゃい。
It's Lemmy.
おっす。
こんばんは。
こんばんは、レミー。
Good evening.
We greet each other and enter the house. Lemmy suddenly disappears somewhere inside to take care of something.
アメリカって本当に靴脱がないんだね。
バーがここは日本だ。
あ、そういう意味じゃなくて。
わかってるよ。
We enter the living room, which is now the party venue.
はあ、すごく広いね。
ようこそ我が家へ。
Suddenly hear a booming voice and see Lemmy's father stand up the other side of the room. The toy rifle in his hand is aimed at us as usual. Akane must jump at Lemmy's father's sudden appearance and greet him fearfully. I had already warned them about him beforehand, so they were probably not as surprised as I was when I first met him.
わざわざ集まってもらって私は嬉しい。
当然ですよ。
マーベラス。感謝に絶えない言葉だ。一発撃っていいかね。
クラッカーの代わりですか？景気よくどうぞ。
よし。
A bang is loud as a party popper rips through the air. Filming was just that. The VV's ricocheting everywhere like crazy. I thought he was shooting blanks!
おや、弾が出たな。
The back door suddenly opens and Cindy barrels in.
お父さん、また撃ったのね。
Cindy's fuming. Again. That's not the first time.
いや、てっきり空砲だと。
Lemmy's father stutters as he gets scolded by Cindy.
残念だ。
Lemmy's father slumps his shoulders upon having his gun confiscated.
私たちは安心ですよ。
Cindy looks ever so pleased. Watching their interaction makes me realize that Lemmy really does resemble her father. Akane seems to think so too as she
今
chuckles.
日は特別なパーティーなんですから、銃はなしにしましょう、お父さん。
I say it to Lemmy's disappointed father. And then,
すまないすまない。私のせいで場をしんみりさせてしまったようだ。我からも楽しく生きたいものだな。
Lemmy's father laughs heartily.
改めてこんばんは。
Where'd he get the gun from again? He readies his rifle. The rifle is pointed at Akane Musashi. Cindy had only just taken the ammo out of it, but they still feel uneasy having the gun pointed at him. Masashi grins.
そちらのお嬢さんは？
はい、上岸あかりです。どうぞよろしく。
Akane managed to squeak out an introduction despite her heart almost leaping out of her mouth.
上岸さんか。ビューティフルな娘さんだね。私はヘレンの騎士のジョージだ。
はい。
こちらの君は？
あ、はい。僕は佐藤正史。レミーとは1年生の頃同じクラスでしたよ。
そうか。君が佐藤君か。娘からよく聞いているよ。よろしく。
Masashi and Lemmy's father shake
そのライ
hands.
フル、すごいですね。
見る目があるな、佐藤君は。これはガーランドと言ったね。
His father is back in high spirits and begins to draw Masashi into his world. That does not look like a fucking grand.
ごめんなさいね。父は年中あんな調子なのよ。はじめまして。私シンディです。
Though then again, like I hear Garand and my brain thinks M1, so who knows? Maybe there's other. No, it's just M1 apparently. At least what I can find quickly. Yeah, like, even if we discount the wacky fucking colors, none of these look like that. Problem is probably also just that if there are multiple types of Garand, the M1 is sure gonna be the one that most people know. So that's gonna be the one that pops up in Google Images. Fucking gun-toting maniacs. Aka responds and Senya finishes introducing herself to everyone there. And it feels as though it is almost time. I'm surprised at the succinct timing as I hear the sound of a skateboard carving up the hallway. Mikey burst through the door just like he did the first time he met me.
Good evening, Hiroyuki 兄ちゃん。
よ、今日も元気だな。紹介するぜ。あかりとまさしだ。
They're going to summarily execute a child in front of the students again.
こんにちは、ミッキーくん。
よろしく。
How do you do? 俺、長男のマイカを。よろしく。よ
ろしくね。
Akari smiles and Mickey stares at
お
her.
姉ちゃん、美人だね。
He states matter-of-factly. Mickey has so much confidence. I can never be so
あ
direct.
りがとう。
それから、まさし兄ちゃん、俺、会えるのを楽しみにしてたんだ。
僕と？
うん。ひろゆき兄ちゃんからサッカーやってるって聞いたから。
ああ、そう。じゃあ、ミッキーはサッカーが好きなんだ。
大好きだよ。だから、サッカー教えてよ。
え？僕が？
As she chuckles.
よかったらミッキー、新しいお姉ちゃんとお兄ちゃんができて。
Mickey's father laughs hardly with his gun pointed at Mickey. I think as the gun then turns towards me.
ところでひろゆき、お友達は2人だけかな？
ああ、はい。あと一人、小うるさいやつを呼んであるんですが、くれてるのかな？
Jeez, where is she?
レミーはどちらへ？
Akari asks. Come to think of it, I haven't seen her around. She's supposed to be the start of the party.
ああ、ヘレンか。彼女は今台所だよ。母さんの手伝いをやってる。
That sounds like a bad idea. There's a knock on the door as if someone had been waiting for Lemmy's father to finish speaking.
誰かね？
It's Lemmy's
なん
voice.
だ、ヘレンか。武器を捨てて、ゆっくりとドアを開けなさい。
He's talking to Lemmy as if she's armed and ready or
武
something.
器は捨てません。
She flings the door open, pushing a cart in with her. Lemmy looks at her father as he stands there with his gun at the ready.
私のウェポンは料理です。捨ててもいいの？
いや、待て。それは困る。だったら武装解除だ。その武器をこちらに引き渡しなさい。
No, no. 解除するのはダービーよ。武器は捨てなさい。
Lemmy takes food hostage to get her father to hand over his weapon, much to his dismay. He's trying to trade the cart of food for her father's unloaded gun. What a weird father-daughter combo.
時間がありません。料理がまずくなってもいいの？
Wait!
待てません。
Lemmy rocks the cart.
わかった。
Lemmy's father drops his rifle and it clunks to the floor. He then raises his hands.
ヘレンの勝ちだ。
Mickey jumps joyfully. Game, set, match. I mean, yeah, the person with an empty gun would normally be the loser and make sense.
あらあらヘレンちゃん、まだ並べ終わっていないの？お料理が冷めてしまうわよ。
Lemmy's mother also eventually wheels her own cart in.
早くしろよヘレン。俺もう死んじゃうかも。
すごい家だね。
楽しそう。
What's your knockety
だ
remark?
よな。
I nod.
ねえお母さん、今夜は砂糖と塩間違えなかっただろうね。
大丈夫よミッキーちゃん。
大丈夫。
Let me nuts
両
too.
方入れておきましたから。
What?
ジーザス、せっかくの料理が。
二人とも安心しなさい。チキンやサラダは無事よ。
I'm honestly relieved to hear that myself. Akari and Masashi merely chuckle awkwardly.
全員揃ったところで始めようか。
Lemmy's father's picked up his gun again without me even realizing it. After Lemmy's mother introduces herself and we all raise a glass for a toast. Huge explosion sounds from outside.
なんだ。
おや、誰か地雷を踏んだのかな。
父さん、まだそんなものを埋めていたんですか？
A mine!
てっきり全部掘り出したと思っていたんだが。
There are mines buried in the garden here? Lemmy and I were wandering around out there! Never once did I cross my mind there were mines buried in the garden. Where the heck was it? Poor soul has stepped on one of those mines.
たく、一体誰が後片付けをするんですか？
いや、すまん。
Lemmy's father and Cindy began to argue about who would clean up, of all things to argue
ちょっ
about.
と地雷ですよ。踏んだ人は大怪我してるんじゃ。
おばーん。
Suddenly hear a voice coming from the terrace.
志保？
Akari gasps. I look over and lo and behold, she was standing there. She is covered in dirt.
なんなのこの家。
でまさかお前が地雷を踏んだのか。
Why is she still walking and talking?
申し訳ありません。
Cindy runs over to Shiho with a towel in hand. She probably ran because Shiho's clothes are covered in dirt rather than out of concern for her well-being.
どうも。
Shiho thanks Cindy for dusting the dirt
姉
off
ちゃ
her.
ん、それ雑巾だぞ。
私ったらなんで粗相を。
お構いなく。
お前何やってんだよ。
I started laughing and I realized that she's
う
okay.
るさい。笑うな。
お前地雷を踏んだんだぞ。よく生きてんな。
地雷？
ごめんなさい。父の趣味で。でも地雷とは言っても土を巻き上げるだけのおもちゃなんです。
Ah, they're just toys.
お構いなく。庭から入った私のせいだし。
そうだよ。おめえはどうして人様の家に庭から入るんだ。
それはあんた、玄関におっかない犬がいるでしょ。仕方ないから庭に回った途端、ドカーンよ。
うん。私の配置は間違ってなかったようだ。
お父さん、失礼でしょ。
あ、いや、すまないね、お嬢さん。
こんなやつはほっといてみんなで乾杯しましょうよ。
Clink glasses to finally signal start of the farewell party.
そうそうかしいな、長岡君は。
ほっといてください。
Shiho pouts as Lemmy's father pats her on the shoulders.
しほったら。
Akari sits next to Shiho and warmly watches the
今
interaction.
いか
Lemmy comes over to me with a bottle of
な
juice.
んだよ。主役が振る舞ってどうすんだよ。俺が注いでやるからレミーも飲め。
そうなの？
いいからほら。
Take the bottle from Lemmy.
うん。
Lemmy, not quite convinced, watches I pour juice into her
難
glass.
しいよ、まさし兄ちゃん。
ほら、ダメだよ。もっと頭をまっすぐにして。
Masashi is away from us teaching Mickey how to juggle a soccer ball with his feet. Everyone has their own little conversations going.
ちょっと来てみて。
Shiho calls out. She's drunk on juice. The perfect person to invite to a party. I
行
smile.
ってこいよ。また後でな。
待っててね。
うん。
Hear a ridiculous conversation unfold when Lemmy goes
ちょっ
over.
とあんた、今夜は一曲歌えるようになるまで国に返さないわよ。
私ヒーリング専門だよ。
んなことは100も承知よ。私が手取り足取りであんたを歌姫に仕立てるわ。
The fact that Lemmy has a karaoke set at her house makes Shiho more pumped up than usual. Looks like Lemmy is probably not gonna get any sleep tonight. There's any point in me standing around doing nothing, so I go over to where Cindy and the others are.
あら、ひろゆきくん。いらっし
どうも。
ごめんなさいね。私たち、せっかく藤田さんと親しくなれましたのに。
ああいえ。 どんな事情か知らないんですけど、急なことが起こったんですよね。それじゃあ仕方ないですよ。
いいじゃないのお母さん。こうやって知り合えたんだから。当分日本に戻れないと思うけど、これからもよろしくお願いね。
ええ、戻ってこられたらぜひ声をかけてください。
もちろんですとも。藤田さんもご旅行などで西海岸へおいでになったら、ぜひ私どもにご連絡くださいませ。
Lemmy's mother bows.
はい、わかりました。
About too.
ひろゆき、お待たせ。
Lemmy returns when I'm in the middle of
なん
bowing.
だ、もう解放してくれたのか？
志保、マイク離さないよ。
あいつ、本当は酒飲んでんじゃねえの？
わかりません。
まあいいか。どうせあいつは半分歌いに来たようなもんだろうし。よし、ちょっと外に出ようぜ。お、今夜は満月じゃねえか。
Early round moon catches my eye the second we stand out on the terrace.
とってもファンタスティック。
I gaze up at it for a while.
ごめんね、ひろゆき。
Lemmy suddenly says,
何が？
みんながステイツに帰るの黙ってて。
ああ、そのことなら別にいいって。こうやってパーティーにも出れたことだし。
せっかく仲良くなれたのにね。
もう会えないってわけでもねえだろ。
それはわからないよ。
アメリカに行けば会えるだろう。その時は連絡してくれって。
そうだね。一緒に行けばいいんだね。
誰と？
私とだよ。
なんだ、そっちから来なくても俺の方が行くって。
Lemmy looks confused for a moment. Yep! I had a feeling it's them leaving!
待ってるよ。
She nods.
日本、楽しかったか？
でも楽しいよ。
いつかゲーセン行ったろ？楽しかったよな。
シューリン、とってもエキサイトしたよ。
羨ましいよな。レミーはゲームでエキサイトできて。
羨ましいの？
羨ましいって。今までゲームの面白さを知らないで生きてこれたんだから、これからゲームを楽しめるってのは得だと思うぜ。
ひろゆき、ゲーム楽しくないの？
楽しくないっていうか、初めてやった時の感動がなくなったっつうか。
飽きたの？
半分な。
半分分けてあげたいよ。
もらえるものならな。
残念です。
気持ちも嬉しいけど、俺は俺でレミーを見てるだけで楽しいんだよ。だから何もいらねえって。
また連れてってね。
そうだな。
ボーリングも楽しかったね。
ああ、
It's 100% just that the family is leaving.
次の日は筋肉痛だぜ。
Like, it's the family leaving. She's gonna stay there. The entire thing.
望むところです。
お、言ったな。
Lemmy nods enthusiastically. Doesn't have much time left in Japan, which makes Lemmy seem all the braver for making all these date
い
plans.
ろいろ行きたいところがあるのにな。
行きたいね。
そういや、レミーは桜が好きだったな。ミッキーとかシンディさんとか、みんなで花見に行ったら楽しいだろうな。
The cherry blossom season finished up a while ago, and the Miyauchis won't be around the next year.
もう無理だね。
Lemmy sounds sad for the first time. The conversation stalls and we both fall silent. It's quiet. I look up to see the moon still shining upon us with its gentle glow. It feels as if the moonlight has soaked up the excitement of the party as well. A melancholy yet gentle silence fills the air as time passes.
なんだかな。
Say without even realizing it.
何？
いや、11年ぶりに再会できて親しくなれたのに、また会えなくなっちまうなんて寂しいよな。
大丈夫だよ。明日も会えるよ。
そりゃ今から出発ってわけじゃねえからな。
でも明日だよ。
何が？
みんなが帰るの。
なんだ、そりゃまだ随分急。
I thought we still had another 1 or 2 weeks.
他の連中にも教えねえと。
Look around and find someone here near us.
ほらレミ、なんで私のお手本を聞いてないのよ。
手本だったの？
She rambled on about how no teacher would get so wrapped up in her own singing that she'd neglect her student. I made sure to give her a piece of my mind as
うる
usual.
せえよ。たまたま我に帰っただけだろ。
この男までそんなことを？
んなことよりもな、レミーたちは明日帰っちまうんだってよ。
時間がないわ。さあ、歌うわよ。
Lemmy sings like someone reading from a sheet of paper. It makes sense that people insist on her not singing because of how robotic she sounds. I don't care if she's good or bad. I'm having fun watching her sing with such seriousness about her. Oh, it's gotta be awkward when they go to school like the next day. And it's just like, hi! You wanna go bowling? Why the fuck are you still here? I can't just sit back and enjoy myself knowing that this is our last day together. Lively farewell party eventually starts to wind down. I'll start at the gate facing Lemmy's family, so that everyone can say their
今
goodbyes.
夜は我々のために集まっていただいて本当にありがとう。
いえいえ。もうみんな家族じゃないですか。水臭いこと言わないでください。
感激だ。一発撃ってもいいかね。
ダメです。
ダメじゃないのお父さん。最後までひろゆきくんを困らせるんじゃないわよ。
しかしだな、最後くらい撃たせてくれてもいいじゃないか。
お父さん、もし誰かに当たったらまずいっすよ。
It might be BBs, but they still seem like they pack a mighty bunch. Still trembling from the flashbacks of that shot he fired earlier.
たく、父さんには困ったものでしょ。明日にはいなくなるわけだし、ひろゆきくんは安心していいわよ。
So he says in exasperation.
なんてこと言うんだすんで。
わかってるわよ父さん。早くひろゆきくんとお別れを済ませて。
仕方ないな。名残惜しいが、もたもたしていると娘に掃除されてしまう。
さようなら。お元気で。
ありがとう。よかったらこのガーランドを受け取ってほしい。
でも大切なものなんじゃ。
大切なものだが、ひろゆきに持っていてほしいんだ。
He has acquired a
こっ
gun!
ちは嬉しいんですけど。
Honestly, I can't think of any uses for it. And the rifle matches his style to a T. Gently declined, triggering him to withdraw the rifle in a somewhat deflated
元
manner.
気でな。
Lemmy's father finishes his goodbye with an old-fashioned American hug. It really does feel like a final farewell now. Glance at
ひろゆ
Cindy.
きくん、短い間だったけど知り合えて嬉しかったわ。
俺の方こそ。
Cindy also gives me an American farewell hug. Catch a whiff of a pleasant fragrance. These must be the moments that turn into
ひ
memories.
ろゆき兄ちゃん、
Mickey calls out to me.
あ、
兄ちゃんからもサッカーを教えてもらいたかったよ。
俺がサッカーを？
まさし兄ちゃんが言ってたよ。ひろゆき兄ちゃんからサッカーを教わったんだって。
昔の話じゃねえか。
ずるいよヘレンは。もっと早くに兄ちゃんたちを紹介してくれればよかったのに。
I'm surprised even Mickey gets so
ミッ
emotional.
キー。
I don't know what to say. That must have occurred to Mickey that he shouldn't worry me. Mickey and Nell
い
returned.
つか SF に遊びに来いよ。
ああ、
We exchanged a firm
今
handshake.
夜は本当にどうもありがとうございました。
His mother bows deeply.
Yeah. もう家族ですからね。
ありがとうございます。
いいんですよ。もう頭を上げてください。
実は藤田さんに一つお願いが。
何ですか？
あの子のことを。
Her eyes are fixed on Lemmy.
おいレミ、そんなところで何やってんだよ。お前
私悲しくて。
バカだな。そんなことしてたら余計に悲しくなる。
It's either gonna be during this scene now that they're like, oh, what, you should take care of, could you take care of her? He's like, what the fuck do you mean? But apparently not, he's just being a
さ
dumbass.
ようならなんて言わねえ。またな。
もう帰るの？
仕方ねえだろ。いつまでも一緒にはいられねえから。
うん。またね。
なあ、 いつか
行くの？
あ違うだろ。お前
あ、うん。迎えに来て。
Pick her up when I go to the States. So I'm picking up their girlfriend to ask him to marry them.
あそれくらいの解消があったらな。
I say jokingly. Well, eventually finish saying our goodbyes, so it's time for us to
今日
leave.
はありがとう。
まだな。
さよなら。
レミ、
バイバイ。
We look back over and over again as we walk away from Lemmy's house.
ねえひろゆきちゃん、レミーにまたなって言ってたけど会えるの？
Akari asks on our way back
い
home.
つか遊びに行くって約束はしたけどな。
何よ、一人でサンフランシスコまで行くつもり？
そんなもんわかんねえよ。行きたきゃ自分で行きゃいいだろ。
トニー、何あの態度。あかり、二人で行こうね。
いくらかかるかな？
片道10万もあれば足りるんじゃない？
10万円。
そうそう、まさしはプロのサッカー選手になって試合で行きなさいよ。
サンフランシスコで試合あるのかな？
あ、何こいつもうプロになった気になってるわよ。
We can't help but
4
laugh.
人で行くのも悪くねえな。
5 of you, actually. When we get to Akari's place, I say goodbye to the others and go to the park instead of heading straight home. I don't know exactly why I do that. Maybe because the moon looks so beautiful tonight. Nah, I'm not that kind of guy. I'll clear out the lingering feelings of my heart. That is my real intention. It's about Lemmy. I'm sure I gave her a proper farewell. Nah, that's not it. Can't stop thinking about something more important. I agonized for hours that night, but I couldn't find an answer to how I felt.
レミ、今日の飛行機だよね。
ああ、10時5分だったな。
やっぱり見送りに行けばよかったかな。
俺もそう思ってんだけどな。なんか別れが辛くなるだろ。ちゃんとさよならは言えたんだし、これでいいんだよ。
Didn't say a word after that and eventually arrived at school. See out the rest of our high school days without Lemmy. Hi, Lemmy! It is even more impossible than usual to pay attention in class today.
休み時間にはレミーの教室を覗いてみたりもした。廊下の角からひょっこり顔を見せたりもしない。やっぱりレミーはいなかった。
Nah, she's here. Right now.
いて当然の。
She is watching you.
それだけでこんなにも寂しいものなのだろうか。ずっとこんな気持ちを引きずっている。俺、レミーのこと好きなのか。そうだ、そうだよ。そうに違いない。今までずっと引っかかってたのはこれだったんだ。もっと早く気がついて直接レミーに言うべきじゃなかったのか。くそ。もし今レミーがこういう
Hi, Lemmy.
俺レミーのこと好きだぜってはっきり言えるのに。
私もひろゆきのこと大好きだよ
って答えてもらえれば最高なのに。
どうしたのひろゆき。
レミーが国へ帰って寂しいんだよ。
I'm here。 私ここにいるよ。
Hi!
私帰ってないよ。
本物？お前帰るはずだったろ？
ううん。ステイツに帰ったの。ダドたちなの。
ちょっと待って、レミーは日本に残ったのか？
ひろゆき。
おい。
私、ひろゆきのこと好き。どこにも行かないよ。
なあ、初めからレミーが日本に残る予定だったのか？うん。まさか俺の勘違い？
ひろゆき、私が帰ると思ってたの？
ああ。
私、昨日のひろゆき変だなって思ってたよ。
その一言で謎が解けた気がした。 なあ、いつかアメリカに行ってもいいか？
行くの？
あ、違うだろ。お前は俺を待ってればいいの。
Why don't you feel fucking stupid now?
何か噛み合っていない会話。それは俺とレミーがお互いに見当違いをしていたんだ。いや、正確には俺が初めから誤解をしていたんだ。たく、俺ってやつは。
ひろゆき、私のこと好きって言ってくれたよね。それも勘違い？
いや、そんなはずはねえ。俺はレミーが好きだ。
ありがとう。私どこにも行かないよ。
ああ、もう話さないぜ。
Now we're gonna get one more scene and then it's ending credits, right? Oh no, it's ending credits right now. Oh. Ah. Screen sure is still dark though. There we go. Staying put. Watch Lemmy's ending. Okay, so yeah, that all routes are just going to be like this anticlimactic ending, apparently. I feel the need to check something. Hold on. I feel like I can at least somewhat guess at how long these should be by just VNDB ToHeart. Oh, Jesus Christ. Old Fujita sure looks different. Well, something is, at the very least, is happening because, like, engages in bathroom sex as one of the tags for Tomoko, so clearly something more happens. Oh, I see the issue now. George in the original did have a Garand on him. That explains things. Ah, yes, my favorite character. Girl. Also no. Anyways, so yeah. Now people get to decide what route I'm gonna go next. I assume, because if at the very least, if I don't decide to fucking record after my shift tomorrow as well. We shall see. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you next time. Bye-bye.